Hey, what's up guys, Sean here with Apollo, and we've got another fun video for you today. This one will make even Adam Savage proud as we will be debunking the top 5 scooter myths. So, let's get myth busting. The first myth here is one that's a little personal for us. We hear far too often that scooters aren't cool, or scooters are for kids, or sir, this isn't Wendy's. And while this myth is a bit subjective, we're going to do our best to disprove it. First of all, take a look at the Ghost, for example. With a minimalist all-black naked frame design, this just screams cool. If a scooter was a person, this would be James Dean or the Fonz, or maybe Keanu Reeves for the younger crowd. Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves. And for all the people who say scooters are for kids, would you put your kid on a 60-volt Phantom capable of reaching 40 miles per hour or higher? If so, please let us know below. We definitely won't call Child Protective Services on you. Promise. Even the Air Pro, our ultralight portable commuter, is cool. At least to us. Like the Ghost, it has that all-black minimalist design, but instead of the naked frame, this one is built like a tank. But even though it's built like a tank, it handles like a dream.
You're like a cutie pie. You're a cutie pie.
Even at slower speeds, it's hard to beat that feeling of gliding above the road like nothing can stop you. It's exhilarating, liberating, and defiant. What's cooler than that? Our second myth is maybe counterintuitive to our first one, but like I've said before, what's cooler than being cool? No, not ice cold, it's safety. One of the most common myths about electric scooters is that they are inherently unsafe. And while they can be dangerous if used improperly, we were also saying the same thing about the first cars, trains, and even horse-drawn buggies way back when. Yes, if you're riding your scooter at 40 miles per hour in the middle of downtown NYC, that's probably not the safest way to do it. But for the responsible rider, most good commuter scooters feature some combination of front and rear suspension, plus some good quality brakes. With a variety of different options for braking systems, how do you know which one to choose? Typically, the faster your scooter goes, the better brakes you will need. For most scooters under 30 miles per hour or so, drum brakes are usually sufficient. Even better if they're dual drum brakes, like on our new 2022 Apollo City, available now. Plug! If you get faster scooters, you'll notice more of them have mechanical disc brakes like you'd see on a bicycle. And for the really high-performance scooters, hydraulic disc brakes are a necessity. But what good are good brakes if you're not paying attention to the road? That's why real road safety starts with the rider being aware of your surroundings at all times and anticipating any upcoming danger. And remember, both hands on the handlebars at all times. The third myth we're debunking is that scooters are not practical, which is just flat out wrong. Now, sure, you're probably not going to use it to go pick up your kids from school or do a Costco trip on your scooter, but it's all about using the right vehicle for your purposes. If you simply need a point A to point B ride, or something to throw in the back of your car to finish that last leg of your trip, or you're just too lazy to walk the 5 minutes to the corner store, an electric scooter absolutely is one of the most practical vehicles you can get. Yes, there are also bicycles, which have been around for hundreds of years and are a great form of exercise and transportation. We're not going to argue against the practicality or use, but when it's the middle of summer with 90% humidity, the last thing you want to be doing is getting all sweaty on your bike on the way to the office. Even with the metro or subway, those aren't exactly air-conditioned, and you're packed in there like sardines. Enter the electric scooter. With a simple push of your finger or thumb, you can zip up to speeds of 20 to 40 miles per hour, the wind in your face, keeping you nice and refreshed when you get to the office or wherever you need to go. Most electric scooters will even fold up to save space as well, meaning you can fit them in the trunk of your car or in the back seat, or even bring them with you inside the office under your desk. With a bike, you'd have to buy a bike rack to mount it on your car, or if you're bringing it to the office, you have to leave it locked up outside, which doesn't exactly give you a lot of peace of mind. Another benefit of an electric scooter over a bicycle is that they have a lot more security options too. Because they are electric, you can hook up extra horns or alarms, or use our Apollo app to lock the scooter. You can even embed tracking chips inside the deck. And be sure to check out the video where we hit an AIRTAG inside the Phantom. Why would I ever spend that much on a scooter that's so expensive? I could buy a car for that same price. We've heard this a lot. And sure, you might be able to find a decent car for around $2,000 and then that's it, right? You definitely won't have to spend any more money on it. Ever. Oh, except for car insurance, gas, parking, and regular maintenance. Soon that $2,000 car has become a $500 per month car. Now, I've never been recognized for my math skills, but I think after just a few months, you're spending more on upkeep than you did on your initial purchase. That doesn't exactly seem like a great investment in my mind. Again, this goes back to being all about using the right vehicle for your needs and purposes. If you live in the city, you already know exactly how expensive it can be to live even without a car. Which is why we're debunking the myth that scooters are too expensive. Yes, there is some initial upfront cost, and yes, there will be some maintenance costs along the way, but compare this to any other vehicle and is it really all that different? Think about how much you'd be saving on gas, insurance, and parking. Even public transit is getting expensive these days. If you take care of your scooter and maintain it regularly, these scooters should last you more than just a couple years, and regular maintenance can prevent any major repairs. If you want to know what kind of things you should be doing to maintain your scooter, check out one of our previous videos where we cover all the basics, which will be linked somewhere around here. probably. Now you could also get a much cheaper scooter and pay around $500 for it, but as with buying a $2,000 car, I find it's best to spend a bit more up front and have some peace of mind knowing your ride will last you a long time. Myth number 5 is one we're a little more sympathetic to and can definitely understand. When you see a scooter like the Ghost or the Phantom or even the Explorer, they look daunting, even a little scary. Then you read about how fast they go and you think, I can never ride one of those, they look really complicated. Wrong again, bucko. Sure, if you're a beginner in the scooter world and motorized personal vehicles in general, you probably shouldn't go for the Ghost or the Phantom right away. But don't let that turn you off scooters completely. That's why we have entry-level models like the Air or the City. As long as you can do this, or this, you can ride a scooter. It's easier than riding a skateboard since you have the handlebars to hold onto, and it's even easier than riding a bike since the tires are smaller and your center of gravity is lower. If you're riding a scooter for the first time, be sure to check out our 5 safety tips for first-time riders video, but the key tip is that the throttle works progressively, meaning the farther you push it down, the faster you go. So always start slow and be gentle. On top of that, there's also speed limiters or gears to ensure you're only going as fast as you want. Then all you have to do is find a comfortable position for your feet and don't forget the brakes. The learning curve for scooters is pretty short, so soon you'll be cruising along the road like a pro, being the envy of all your friends, wondering why you were ever scared of scooters in the first place. And that covers our top 5 scooter myths. Were there any we missed? We hope we debunked your most pressing questions and common misconceptions about scooters, but feel free to let us know if there's any others we should cover. If there's any other content you want to see from us too, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, ride safe.